You might remember B-movie as an innocent child movie. You'd be surprised how this movie is way more than the anarchist bee who breaks a relationship.
Oh, that bee is living my life!
Let it go, Kenny.
This movie is about the slavery, utopias, life purpose, and breaking the status quo, but it's executed in the strangest way possible.
This is your queen? That's a man in woman's clothes. That's a drag queen.
Ladies and gentlemen, B-movie. Meet Barry Benson, the star of the show.
You like jazz?
Who's about to graduate.
I'm glad I took off one day in the middle and just around the hive.
You did come back different.
We see how's life inside the hive. They have cars with incredible roads, so they don't fly that much. Barry and Larry arrive to the graduation. They just finished college.
Please welcome Dean Boswell.
Okay, I stole that joke from later. So the orientation begins. Apparently, after graduating from college, they decide what they do for the rest of their lives.
That girl was hot. She's my cousin. She is?
Yes, we're all cousins.
Big surprise, everything they do revolves around milk. And we see a serious reference to our own society.
What do you think he makes?
Not enough.
All of these little jobs are essential to the whole ecosystem, as we'll see later. Barry seems a little affected by the fact that he had to pick one job for the rest of his life. Just like I felt when I had to pick a career to end up dropping out of college. But that's how the system works.
Barry, why would you question anything?
Those things are the ones that keep this perfect society going. The pollen jugs are coming back to the hive. The gigachacks of the bees, full of pollen, which I assume is the testosterone for the bees.
And the ladies see you wearing it?
Aren't they our cousins too?
Distant.
While Barry's trying to get some, they approach them with their height and big muscles. For how short Kent stays inexorable. How great. At night he's still thoughtful at what he wants to do. But when he tries to talk about it with his parents, they don't even listen to him.
Maybe I'll pierce my thorax. Calling everybody
I'm so proud.
The movie takes a weird direction. But can't you imagine how interesting it would have been if instead they focused on how such a perfect society like an utopia works, where everybody's life is already fixed, and the only decision the bees have to make once in a lifetime, what kind of slavery you like more, or better said, if there's vacancy. That might not adjust with your decisions. Is there a difference? Look how grisly this could be.
Whenever a bee dies, that's an opening. See that? He's dead, another dead one, deady, deadified, two more dead from the neck up, dead from the neck down. But that's life.
You are meant to do this, just like everyone, and no one seems to care. And why would they? You're just a number in a list. Everyone is just so desensitized. Even Barry didn't care about the death of his friend at the beginning. Barry says, hell nah. Somehow they accept him, just signing a paper to not fly in rain and absolutely no talking to humans. So they go out. I gotta say, this scene is beautiful. I really loved it when I was a child. It made me imagine how it would be to feel that freedom and joy when flying. Collecting the nectar from the flowers, they explain this time for real the job of the bees.
Pick up some pollen over here, sprinkle it over here.
After flying around Central Park, the bees spot some tennis balls, thinking those are some flowers. Which is weird because I doubt this is the first time a squad from the hive in the middle of Central Park sees a tennis ball for the first time. But if it keeps the plot moving...
Careful, guys. It's a little grabby.
So Barry's in trouble. Some bounces here and there.
You know, I don't think these are flowers.
A home runs court, which leads Barry glued to a ball in the middle of the street. And going through a full car engine, passing through the most dangerous, holocaust, and mortal obstacles. He managed to get into the car to experience the New Yorker's charm.
What are you doing?
He escaped from the car, thinking he's safe, but it's raining now. He gets no-scope by a drop twice, falling in the windows of the couple we saw earlier playing tennis. Barry fails to escape due to not being able to go through the window.
Maybe this time.
These are windows, right? And even his parents have glasses. See, Ken is a really strange character. They notice the presence of Barry, so Ken tries to kill him. Barry later would take revenge by taking away Vanessa, which saves Barry. And yeah, he falls in love. So Barry wants to say thanks, but doing so will break the #1 rule to not talk with humans. This rule has never been broken in millions of years, and he's planning to break it in the best way such rules should be broken.
You like jazz?
Our nervous shark Ken shoots his shot, which scares the heck out of her. I'm not gonna lie, she really looks like a psycho.
Rum cake?
I really
Have
should.
a little rum cake.
No.
She says she knows how Barry feels because her parents wanted her to be a lawyer. She wanted to be a florist. While they're having some coffee, we see Barry for the first time feeling the touch of a woman. Now he's better than the average League of Legends player. Later, Barry tells Adam about all that happened and he gets upset. Apparently, in this crooked society, it's frowned upon dating other species that are not your cousins. This cannot happen. You gotta start thinking B. Thinking B. His parents tell him that he has to work, otherwise he's not a bee. His value as a bee is tied to how much he works. If he fits in, not being a bee itself.
You have no life. You have no job. You're barely a bee.
He's just avoiding reality, not even knowing what he wants. Not different as a teenager would act, constantly having wet dreams with Vanessa.
You coming?
Do I have to remind you this is a movie made for kids? Just look at Barry here.
You work through it like any emotion. Anger, jealousy, lust.
When we thought this movie pointed to a love story, Barry gets upset when he discovers humans are stealing honey. Finally, Barry has a purpose. Make a revolution. With that comes a boss fight. By the way, I will make a video about the game, so stay tuned for that. He chases a cargo truck to see where the honey comes from. A speeding cyclist passes by. That would probably be me. When he finally gets to the truck, and he ends up being framed with a mosquito. They survive the windshield wiper. And I don't usually talk about the actors when I'm making these videos, but the mosquitoes performed by Chris Rock. Maybe we can assume he's joking and maybe making a reference to the police brutality suffered by African Americans.
Trouble? You a mosquito. You in trouble. Nobody likes it. They're just all smacking. People see a mosquito, smack, smack.
Barry arrives at the bee farm and sees how bad the situation is. Where the humans have the bees enslaved, deceived by a fake queen.
This is your queen? That's a man in woman's clothes. That's a drag queen.
He takes some pictures as proof and talks about it with the family.
That's just a rumor.
Do these look like rumors?
Barry goes to television. His plan is to sue the human race for profiting from their honey.
Very Jewish.
At Vanessa's place, we see a normal human being.
I'm helping him sue the human race.
What?
Ken just wants a yogurt night, but his girlfriend just ignores him.
Is yogurt night so difficult?
So the trial starts. Everyone is excited to hear for the first time a bee talking. They all reacted like, oh, cool. So the trial goes as I suppose the trials usually go. You know, who performs emotional manipulation with greater precision. Is that the beer from Over the Edge? There are some cameos like the police singer, Sting, Ray Liotta, and the honorable judge, is played by Oprah Winfrey. Later we see Barry and Vanessa having some dinner when Ken shows up. Honestly, that's just sad. So Ken tries to kill Barry, but the tennis player seems to have zero accuracy. And now zero because Vanessa dispatches him. Honestly, poor man.
And he happens to be the nicest bee I've met.
The next day, the lawyer launches some spicy provocations. You know, if the queen gives birth to all bees, those aren't his real parents, and they all date their cousins. Adam sings the lawyer, who delivers a performance worthy of Amber Heard. And we get to see this. If someone says, hear me out, you're sick. Adam is in recovery with this thing. In court, everybody's doing origami while they wait. Barry gets the speech that finished oppression and gives them the victory.
Living out our lives as honey slaves to the white man.
All the beer farms are shutting down. They're getting back every single drop of honey. And even Winnie the Pooh gets an MLG 360 no-scope. And oh, is that a prediction? The bees shut down the production of honey. That includes the pollination and the jobs of everyone. The end of the functional system. Adam is sad for losing his job, but it seems nobody cares about nature, only their own selfish desires.
And whose fault do you think that is?
The complainer who fights for the failures of a system that not even he understands. So not knowing what to do next, they come up with this solution I always think when it's past 11 p.m.
How about a suicide pact?
Vanessa heads to the last parade. Those are the only flowers left. So they plan a repollination. They steal some flowers from LA. They put in the plane to take them to Central Park. But the bad weather might delay them a couple hours. The flowers won't make it. Barry tries to talk to the captain, or the brain that has lived under a rock lately. He tries to kill the most influential bee of the past week. The bees find out on TV they need help to land the plane. Meanwhile, the interspecies couple is having a healthy and non-toxic confrontation.
You have got to snap out of it!
So they get to land the plane in a very strange way. And they'll go to pollinate flowers and get Central Park back to life. The hive is working again, and since they allow humans to sell honey, but it's bee approved. And Barry became an attorney, helping other animals.
Sometimes I just feel like a piece of meat.
And being a pollen jock as well. It seems Barry is living with Vanessa, which tells us that size doesn't matter. And Ken is miserable. He just wanted a jogger night. As I said at the beginning of the video, it wanted to explore some topics such as consumerism, slavery, utopias, life purpose, and breaking the status quo, but with some really weird script decisions. I greatly enjoy its satire and carelessness in making jokes. Those were beautiful times. Here's a video of the video game of B-movie. Really whack and funny. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.